by Mrs. Good Miss Burrell in Don Giovanni in London by Charles Lamb. Olympics Theatre. This theatre, fitted up with new and tasteful decorations, opened on Monday with a burletta founded upon a pleasant extravagance recorded of Wilmot, the Mad Lord of Rochester. The house, in its renovated condition, is just what playhouses should be, and once were, from its size admirably adapted for seeing and hearing, and only perhaps rather too well lit up. Light is a good thing, but to preserve the eyes is still better. Elliston and Mrs. Edwin personated a reigning wit and beauty of the court of Charles II to the life. But the charm of the evening to us, we confess, was the acting of Mrs. T. Good, late Miss Burrell, in the burlesque Don Giovanni which followed. This admirable piece of foolery takes up our hero just where the legitimate drama leaves him, on the burning marl. We are presented with a fair map of Tartarus, the triple-headed cur, the Furies, the Tormentors, and the Don, prostrate, thundersmith. But there is an elasticity in the original make of this strange man, as Richardson would have called him. He is not one of those who change with the change of climate. He brings with him to his new habitation ardors as glowing and constant as any which he finds there. No sooner is he recovered from his first surprise than he falls to his old trade, is caught ogling Proserpine, and coquettes with two she-devils at once, till he makes the house too hot to hold him. And Pluto, in whom a wise jealousy seems to produce the effects of kindness, turns him neck PG 216 and heals out of his dominions, much to the satisfaction of Giovanni, who, stealing a boat from Charon and a pair of light heels from Mercury, or, as he familiarly terms him, Murky, sets off with flying colors, conveying to the world above the souls of three damsels, just eloped from Styx, to comfort his tender and newborn spiritualities on the journey. Arrived upon earth with a new body, we are to suppose, but his old habits, he lights apropos upon a tavern in London, at the door of which three merry weavers, widowers, are truling a catch in triumph over their deceased spouses. Their departed partners prove to be the identical lady ghosts who have accompanied the Don in his flight, whom he now delivers up in perfect health and good plight, not a jot the worse for their journey, to the infinite surprise and consternation ill-dissembled of their ill-fated, twice-yoked mates. The gallantries of the Don in his second state of probation, his meeting with Leporello, with Donna Anna, and a countless host of injured virgins besides, doing penance in the humble occupation of apple-women, fishwives, and sausage-friars, in the purlieus of Billinsgate and Covent Garden, down to the period of his complete reformation, and being made an honest man of, by marrying into a sober English citizen's family, although infinitely pleasant in the exhibition, would be somewhat tedious in the recital. But something must be said of his representative. We have seen Mrs. Jordan in male characters, and more ladies beside than we would wish to recollect, but never any that so completely answered the purpose for which they were so transmuted, as the lady who enacts the mock Giovanni. This part, as it is played at the great house in the Haymarket, shade of Mozart, and ye living admirers of embroidery, pardon the barbarity, had always something repulsive and distasteful to us. We cannot sympathize with Leporello's brutal display of the list, and were shocked, no straight-laced moralists either, with the applauses, with the endurance we ought rather to say, which fashion and beauty bestowed upon that disgustful insult to feminine unhappiness. The Leporello of the Olympic Theatre is not one of the most refined order, but we can bear with an English blackguard better than with the hard PG 217 Italian. But Giovanni, free, fine, frank-spirited, single-hearted creature, turning all the mischief into fun as harmless as toys, or children's make-believe, what praise can we repay to you, adequate to the pleasure which you have given us? We had better be silent, for you have no name, and our mention will but be thought fantastical. You have taken out the sting from the evil thing, by what magic we know not, for there are actresses of greater mark and attribute than you. With you and your Giovanni our spirits will hold communion, whenever sorrow or suffering shall be our lot. We have seen you triumph over the infernal powers, and pain and Erebus and the powers of darkness are henceforth shapes of a dream.